Oakland Coliseum, baseball's last dive bar. Everyone knows that the A's came to Oakland in 1968, but many don't know that it wasn't their original choice. Did you know that the Oakland A's, back when they were the Kansas City A's, almost moved to Louisville? Yep, we're diving into how the A's almost called the home of bourbon and the Kentucky Derby their home field. So grab your popcorn as we slide into the story. Let's take a step back to the 1960s. The A's were not always the powerhouse franchise we think of them today, except very recently, with all their World Series victories in Oakland. Back then, they were the Kansas City A's, and man, they were struggling. They were bad. After the team relocated from Philadelphia to Kansas City in 1955, there were hopes that the A's could turn things around. But the reality, not so much. The team was consistently underperforming and attendance was abysmal. The A's were such at the bottom of the standings, and fans weren't exactly lining up to see them lose. Enter Charles O. Finley, the team's owner, a man known for his eccentric personality and wild ideas to save the franchise. After buying the team in 1960, Finley quickly became frustrated with the situation in Kansas City. Attendance was low, revenue was down, and Finley was ready to explore other options. His solution? Relocation. So why Louisville? In the 1960s, Louisville wasn't really on the radar for MLB, but Charles Finley had other ideas. Louisville was home to a rich baseball tradition. It was the birthplace of legendary Louisville slugger, and the city already had a passionate sports fan base. Finley believed that a move to Louisville could breathe new life for a struggling team. The city was eager for a professional sports franchise, and Finley had even secured a stadium deal at the old Fairgrounds Stadium. But there was more. Finley wasn't just looking to move the A's. He had some pretty wild ideas for rebranding the team in Louisville. Rumor has it he wanted to name them the Kentucky Colonels and deck them out in, you guessed it, green and gold, colors that would later become iconic in Oakland. However, just when it looked like the Kansas City A's were packing their bags for Louisville, things hit a snag. Kansas City wasn't just about to let the A's go off this easily. Local officials fought hard to keep the A's in town, and Major League Baseball wasn't too keen on moving a team to a relatively small market like Louisville either. Kansas City officials threatened legal action, and MLB stepped in, pressuring Finley to keep the team in Kansas City for the time being. With mounting pressure from both sides, Finley's dreams of a Louisville A's team began to unravel. After the Louisville deal fell apart, Finley set his sights on another destination, Oakland, California. By 1968, the A's packed up and left Kansas City, but instead of moving east to Louisville, they headed west towards the Bay Area. The rest, as they say, is history. The A's became the Oakland A's, and not long after, they went on to become one of the most successful franchises in MLB history, winning 3 consecutive World Series titles in the early 1970s. So there you have it, the story of how the Oakland A's almost became the Louisville A's. Imagine what baseball history would have been like today if that did happen and that move did go through. Louisville could have been home to multiple World Series titles, and who knows how that would have changed the landscape of the league. If you enjoyed this baseball history deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Bangin' Baseball. And in the comments, let me know, what city do you think deserves an MLB team today? Expansion's coming up soon. See you in the next one. Peace.
Had to get away from all that toxic energy.